Good morning, everyone. This is Anna Rana here, your social science teacher from Cambridge International School, Tasua. I hope you all are safe at your home. Dear children, nowadays your online quizzes are going on, and I hope all of you are doing well in all those quizzes. Keep up the same spirit and attempt all your quizzes in the same way. Dear children, I am here again with my next session, and today we are going to do the revision of Geography Chapter 2, that is globe, latitudes, and longitudes. I hope all of you have done the reading of the chapters, and whatever the worksheets and the other home assignments are provided to you, you all have done those very nicely. So, dear children, we have discussed this chapter in two videos. One was posted on Wednesday and other was on Friday, in which we have completed the whole chapter. But I'm here with the revision session, and today we are going to do the revision of Geography Chapter 2, that is globe, latitudes, and longitudes. So, dear children, as usual, first of all, we always discuss the lessons objectives. So, let's start with the same. Today's lessons objectives: to understand the latitudes and longitudes. Number 2, to understand the heat zones of the earth. Number 3, to understand the relationship between longitude and time. And the last one, to understand about why do we have standard time. What are the lessons outcomes? At the end of the lesson, the students will be able to: number 1, understand the latitudes and longitudes. Number 2, they will be able to understand the heat zones of the earth. Number 3, they will be able to understand the relationship between longitude and time. And the last one, they will be able to understand why do we have standard time. So, dear children, that's all about the lessons objectives and the lessons outcomes. Let's start our today's session with the first topic, that is globe. Dear children, I hope you all have seen the globe. It may be in your class or maybe at your home or maybe somewhere else. So let's discuss about globe. Globe is a true model of Earth, or we can call it miniature. Miniature means a small form, the small form of the Earth. Do you all agree? Yes. And how is globe useful to us? Globe is useful to us in many ways. So we can discuss them. Like, on the globe, countries, continents, and oceans are shown in their correct size. And we can also see the whole earth together. A needle is fixed through the globe in a tilted manner, which is known as its axis. As you can see in this globe also, the globe is little bit tilted and it is fixed to a needle. A needle is passing through it, which is known as its axis. 2 points on the globe through which the needle passes are the two poles, North Pole and South Pole. Axis, again I am defining here, axis is an imaginary line on which the earth moves. It joins the North Pole and the South Pole, as you can see in this diagram also. Dear children, now let's discuss about one more imaginary line that is known as the equator. I know that everybody knows about it. Equator is an imaginary line which divides the earth into two halves, that is the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. Equator is one of the main parallels of latitude. So let's discuss what are these parallel of latitudes. Dear children, as we have discussed earlier, all parallel circles from equator up to the poles are called parallel of latitudes. As you are able to see on the screen also, on the globe there are so many parallel lines, and these all parallel lines are known as the parallel of latitudes. These stars from the equator up to the poles. These are 181. These all are parallel to each other. What does it mean? It means they have equal distance among them at both their ends. These are unequal in length. It means some imaginary lines, they can be small and some can be big. There are 5 main parallels of latitudes, and equator is the main latitude, as I have discussed also. So dear children, let's know more about these 5 main parallel of latitudes. As you are able to find on your screen, there are so many parallels of latitude in the first figure, and in the second figure there are only 5 main parallels of latitude. One I have discussed with you, that is the equator. Equator value is 0 degree. So if we see in the north side, that is the Tropic of Cancer. At 23.5 degree north, it is known as the Tropic of Cancer. And at 23.5 degrees south, that is known as the Tropic of Capricorn. The next parallel of latitude is Arctic Circle, which is at 66.5 degree north. And at 66.5 degrees south, we have Antarctic Circle, which is in the southern hemisphere. Then at 90 degree north, we have the North Pole, and at the 90 degrees south, we have the South Pole. These are the 5 main parallels of latitudes, and you people need to understand these all. You need to draw them all properly with their values, so that it can be easy for you people to know about the heat zones of the earth. I hope you all have done the practice. If you have not done, then you can start now. You have to draw a circle, that is the earth, and the 5 parallel of latitude. It's very simple and easy. So you can draw this all, and please mention their values at one side, and on the other side you can write down their name. It's very important. You all should know this. I hope you all will try to draw these diagrams, or you will do the practice of these. So dear children, that's all about the parallels of latitude. Now next topic is longitudes. Longitudes are the imaginary lines moving from North Pole to South Pole. As you can see in this diagram also, here we have drawn both latitudes as well as the longitudes, so that you can compare them very easily. Let's discuss more about these longitudes. These are also known as the meridians of longitudes. These all meridians are equal in length because they all start from the North Pole and ends at the South Pole. These are total 360. Prime meridian and 180 degree meridian divide the earth into 2 equal halves, that is the eastern hemisphere and the western hemisphere. Prime meridian, which is the main meridian of all these, passes through Greenwich, which is where the British Royal Observatory is located. So dear children, let's compare these parallels of latitudes and the meridians of longitudes one by one. Latitudes are 181. Longitudes are 360. Latitudes are parallel. Longitudes are unparalleled. Latitudes are unequal in length. Longitudes are equal in length. Latitudes are horizontal. Longitudes are vertical. Latitudes move from equator up to the poles. Longitudes move from North Pole to South Pole. Latitudes are known as parallels of latitudes. Longitudes are known as meridians of longitudes. Equator is the main latitude. Prime meridian is the main longitude. Dear children, that's all about the parallels of latitude and the meridians of longitude. I hope this concept is clear to you and you can easily differentiate these two, as well as you can draw the diagram of this. So dear children, now on your screen you are able to find one picture, and this is called grid. Yes, rightly said. This is a grid which is the network of parallels of latitudes as well as the meridians of longitude. So this grid is very helpful as we can easily locate any point on the globe with the help of latitudes as well as the longitude. Dear children, on your screen you are able to find the equator. Equator is the main parallel of latitude as well as the prime meridian, which is the main meridian. Now this is the question time. What is the value of equator and prime meridian? Yes, I know you people know the answer. The value of equator is 0 degree, which is the main parallel of latitude, and the value of prime meridian, which is the main meridian, is also 0 degree. So dear children, now let's move ahead to our next topic, that is time zones. So let's start our topic with the question. The question is, how many time zones are there? Your options are 24, 181, 360, none of these. And the correct answer is yes, there are 24 time zones. Dear children, let's discuss more about these time zones. The earth has been divided into 24 time zones, as I have discussed also. So as you can see in this picture also, the earth rotates from west to east. It rotates 360 degree in 24 hours, which means 50 degree in 1 hour, that is in 60 minutes. The places which are east of Greenwich will be ahead of Greenwich time, and those west of Greenwich will be behind it. Now I am having one more question for you. How much time difference is there between the two time zones? And your options are 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and last option is 4 hours. I know you know the correct answer, and the correct answer is 1 hour. Yes. Dear children, as you see in this diagram also, all the 24 time zones have been shown here. And as you know that the earth rotates from west to east. The earth rotates 360 degree in 24 hours, which means 15 degree in 1 hour, that is 60 minutes. The places east of Greenwich will be ahead of Greenwich time, and those west of Greenwich will be behind it. As we have discussed earlier also, the Indian Standard Time is 5 hours 30 minutes ahead of GMT. Dear children, now let's discuss about the local time and the standard time. The time of a place on the basis of movement of the sun, that is known as the local time, and the standard time, the time of the standard meridian for the whole country. Second point of difference is the local time changes continuously with the change in longitude, but the standard time, it remains same for a particular country. Number 3, the places on the same longitude have same local time, and the places on the same longitude have different standard time. The local time is reckoned. Reckoned means calculated. The local time is calculated by the shadow cast by sun, but the standard time is reckoned by the time zones. So dear children, that's all about local time and the standard time. I hope I have tried to make it clear what is the difference between these two. Now let's discuss more about the standard time. Why do we have the standard time, and how the standard time of a country is calculated? The local time of places which are on different meridians are bound to differ. As I have discussed earlier also, like there is a difference of 4 minutes between each longitude. So the local time of each longitude will be differ. For example, it will be difficult to prepare a timetable for trains which cross several longitudes. In India, if we take the example of India, the two places in India which are at a different location, like one is in east side and other is in the west side. So we will find there is a difference of about 1 hour 45 minutes in the local time of Dwarka in Gujarat and Dibrugarh in Assam. So it will be very difficult to prepare the timetable for the trains as well as for the flights. Therefore, it's necessary to adopt the local time of some central meridian of a country as the standard time for the country. Dear children, you can see one diagram on your screen in which we are showing the standard meridian of India. The standard meridian of India is the 82.5 degree east. This meridian is taken as the standard meridian of India and its local time is considered as the standard time for the whole country. I hope I have made it clear how to calculate the standard time. Okay, now listen again. Dear children, whatever the longitudes are passing through a country, for example, there are 10 longitudes or 20 longitudes or maybe more than that. So if there are 20 longitudes, we will find that the difference between two longitudes is 4 minutes. It means if we take the example of India, the two places they are having the difference of about 1 hour 45 minutes. So there will be a lot of confusion. So what we have done, out of these all longitudes, we have taken one longitude as the standard meridian for the whole country. And whatever the local time of that standard meridian has, that is taken as the standard time for the whole country. So there should not be any confusion. Everybody in that particular country is following a particular standard time which is considered for the whole country. Now all the local times they are ignored and only one standard time that is considered for the whole country. I hope I have made it clear. Dear children, now let's move ahead to our last topic which we have not discussed yet, that is heat zones. So as I have told you earlier also, heat zones means the earth has been divided into different areas according to the amount of heat it receives. So there are three heat zones. Number 1, torrid zone. Number 2, temperate zone. And number 3, frigid zone. So let's see in the diagram also, as it's clear there. Torrid zone is near the equator, that is between Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. This is the hottest zone as it receives the maximum heat throughout the year, as all the latitude in this area they receive the direct sunlight once in a year. Next is our temperate zones. We have two temperate zones. One lies in the northern hemisphere and the other lies in the southern hemisphere. In the northern hemisphere, it lies between the Tropic of Cancer and the Arctic Circle, and in the southern hemisphere, it lies between the Tropic of Capricorn and the Antarctic Circle. So these both temperate zones, they have the moderate temperature. The third zone is frigid zones. We have two frigid zones which lies near the poles. One is near the North Pole and between the Arctic Circle in the northern hemisphere, and the other one is in the southern hemisphere between the South Pole and the Antarctic Circle. These areas are very cold as they receive very less sunlight. Hence, they are also known as the frigid zones. So now it's the question time. What is the full form of IST and GMT? Yes, I know you know the answer, and the correct answer is IST stands for Indian Standard Time and GMT stands for Greenwich Mean Time. And as I have discussed, the Indian Standard Time is 5 hours 30 minutes ahead of the GMT, that is the Greenwich Mean Time. Now there is one more question for you people. What is the value of Standard Meridian of India? Your options are 0 degree, number 2, 82.5 degree east, number 3, 180 degree east, and the last is 360 degree east. And what is the correct answer? The correct answer is 82.5 degree east. So dear children, that's all about the today's session. I hope I have made clear all those things which we have discussed. Let's recapitulate once again. Today we have started our topic with globe, and globe is a true model of Earth. It is very helpful to us to locate the various continents, oceans and different places on the Earth. Then we have discussed about the parallels of latitude and the meridians of longitude. We have also done the comparison also, and you all are requested to draw the diagrams of parallels of latitudes and the meridians of longitude. We have discussed about the heat zones. We have 3 heat zones: torrid zone, temperate zone and the frigid zones. Torrid zone is the hottest one. Temperate zones have the moderate temperature and the frigid zones are the coldest zones. After this, we have discussed about the time zones. Local time as well as standard time. We have done the comparison of these two. Then we have discussed about the standard time. Why do we have the standard time? As it's very important to adopt any longitude as the standard meridian and to take its local time as the standard meridian of the country to avoid the confusion of the trains and the flight timings. In India, 82.5 degree east is taken as the standard meridian of India, and its local time is considered as the standard time for the whole country. It is known as the Indian Standard Time. This IST is 5 hours 30 minutes ahead of the GMT. So dear children, that's all about today's session. Just take care of your health and have a fruitful day.